What's going on, guys? NHL 26 is finally here. Today I'll be reviewing all the ratings with you guys. First things first, you might notice the menus unfortunately are the exact same. I guess the background there is different. You can see the different shots there of Larkin, of Raymond, but the actual, text menus themselves have not changed. Now, like I said, guys, I'm going to go through here and review all the ratings with you. We'll do NHL and then also take a look at some of the other leagues. So first things first, you might notice obviously the new X Factors. Also too, I think maybe the Ducks colors there are slightly different. So Granlund, actually the highest rated player on the Ducks A7 overall. I personally wouldn't say Granlund's the best player. I think, Troy Terry is probably just as good, maybe better. Obviously Granlund, on the Sharks team just kind of was all offense last year. McTavish there, I think, is pretty fair. Jacob Trouba 85 is probably a bit high. He should have that Trucklin's X Factor though. I got Jackson Lacombe 85, honestly could probably be higher. Also could have better potential. Chris Kreider obviously now on the team. Leo Carlson there. Cutter Gauthier, Ryan Strome. I mean, the rest of these good is probably a bit high. Zellweger, I think, should have elite potential, like Mintikov there. Let's see, Ryan Poehling should be fast. 86 speed. Okay, so I'm sure you guys have heard by now they're using the new NHL Edge for these ratings, and I think I figured out one issue, and that's the fact that they really only used NHL Edge from last season. They didn't use it from previous ones. Ryan Poehling was the fastest player in the NHL in 24-25, and all of a sudden now he is average, if not below average speed. So that does not make a ton of sense. I've actually noticed that some other players I'll show you guys throughout the rest of this video. Now, next up here, we got the Boston Bruins. David Pastrnak, of course, with a few X Factors, 94 overall. McAvoy, 89. Honestly, seems a tad low. I think he should be like a 90, 91. Let's see. Zadorov, middle stat, probably could be medium top 6. Lindholm, only an 84 now. I mean, he didn't have the greatest season. Geeky, I know, is a really hard shot. And they actually have him with, good shot power there, so that's nice to see. Arvidsson, of course, on the team now. I mean, the rest of these don't look too bad. Patra, high top 9. I'd probably have him at medium top 6. Janot, only an 80. Again, I do think that is fair. So, yeah, I think the rest of these aren't too bad. And now next year, guys, we have the Buffalo Sabres. Rasmussen Dahlin there, 92 overall, highly potential. Obviously, absolute stud. Tage Thompson there would probably be a right wing, then a center, in my opinion. Power forward works. Could also have him as a sniper. Alex Tuch, I know, is pretty quick, too. They get the wheels X Factor, but only 88 speed, so kind of contradictory there. Again, I think the ratings definitely this year are better, probably, due to NHL Edge, but some of them don't make the most sense. Bowen Byram's got wheels, and he's got 90 speeds. Yeah, that there does make a bit more sense. Norris, I think, is probably more of a sniper than a two-way forward. Ryan McLeod here, again, they gave wheels to, but only 87 speed. I feel like if you're getting the wheels X Factor, you should have at least 90 speed. Samuelson, I don't think, is one overall below Kesselring, but that is fine. Let's see, the rest of these here look to be pretty decent, I think. Josh Doan, of course, on the team now with Kesselring. And next year, guys, we got the Calgary Flames. Rasmus Anderson, Mackenzie Weegar, they're two top players. Kadri at 87, I think, is good. Huberdeau, 86, is probably fair. Only one X Factor for him now is kind of tough. Coleman, Backlund, Coronado there's now at 84. Ball, 84. I wonder if he got a bit of an upgrade also just kind of do his contract. I think he should probably be like 82, maybe 83 max. Sharon Govich there's fine. Frost has elite potential still. That was an issue last year. He should have had that. So, I don't know. I feel like some of this got ported and not fixed. Fairby only an 81 is kind of tough. Zane Parekh, 80 medium elite. I mean, pretty good. One NHL game played. I don't know if I'd have him quite an 80 yet. I think high 70 would make a bit more sense. Jacob Slavin here, 90 overall. Tied with Aho. Highest rated player on the Canes. I think Slavin just such a good polished defenseman, like a poor man's Nick Lidstrom. I look here, he's got 93 speed. So using NHL Edge, he actually had one of the fastest, I think, top speeds reached last season. Acceleration though only 84, which makes sense. Doesn't get up to that speed too often. Agility 85 seems kind of low. I think he's like a really, again, poised defenseman. Moves around quite well. Even endurance 88, I think, could probably be higher. As I feel like any number one defenseman should be a 90 plus. You got Jarvis there, 88, so tied with Ehlers now on the team. Svetch, Gossespierre up to an 87. Seems a bit high, personally. I don't know. You guys can let me know. Stankoven, 85. I guess that's okay. Blake there now at 84 after 1 year. It was a pretty solid season. Of course, you got that big extension. I do wonder if they probably try to make the ratings work with the extensions. What is this? This has to be wrong. Alexander Nikishin, low top 4. And I'm just going to assume it's a glitch. They meant to have it a low elite or even medium top 4. One of the two. I would personally have a medium elite. Low top 4 is a disgrace. 83 is actually kind of high based on what he's proven so far. I would have him like a 79, 81, but the potential there is not good at all, especially based on his age. So that's probably the worst thing we've seen so far. And again, these ratings, you know, I think are better this year. Bedard there, 88, franchise potential. I do think not too bad for him. Let's see, you got Vlasic there, next highest guy. I'd have him in a high top 4. I think he is that good. Burakovsky on the team now, Foligno there. Nazer, 82. You could maybe have him like 83. Of course, you got that big extension. They're hoping he kind of grows into that. Korchinski still medium elite. Probably could drop him a medium top 4. Levshinov there, of course. Oliver Moore they have on the team now, so that is good to see. The Shea Weber contract. The Avs here. So McKinnon, 96 overall. Ties him, second highest player in the game, of course, behind only McDavid. You got McCarr there, also 95. Natchez is a 90. Let's see his speed. 95 speed in Excel. Okay, so yeah. You can see, I mean, that makes sense. And I'll show you guys later in the video, there's a guy who actually had a higher top speed reach than Natchez a couple seasons ago, and he's only got 85 speed. So again, I don't really know how the speed is being calculated. Sometimes it makes sense. Other times it doesn't. Like I said, what I can think of is they're only using last year's speed stats, which is kind of dumb. Like, what if a guy didn't play too much, or I don't know, just whatever it is. I would use at least the last few years. Now, looking at the Avs here, obviously they're stacked. Landeskog, good to see him back on the team. Overall, Olofsson, of course, they got in there too. We'll see a guy like Logan O'Connor should be really solid defensively. 85 D awareness is not high enough. He's very, very good defensively. So, edge, I guess, you know, they looked at the speed and I think the shot power, and that might have been it. Because, yeah, Logan O'Connor's defensive stats there are just simply not good enough. Columbus Blue Jackets here, Zach Werenski now at 92, obviously coming off a career year. Awesome to see for him. 93 speed, 94 excel. I don't know if Werenski's quite that fast. Marchenko as well, 89. I think super high for one career year. I know, you know, recency bias, they like to kind of look at last year a lot. That still seems crazy to me. Like Marchenko, 89, you're telling me is as good a player as Tage Thompson? I don't know. I'm just not buying it. I think even Columbus fans would admit Marchenko's way too high. Severson, 86 also seems too high. Monahan, 86, I don't mind. You know, he had a career year there. Johnson, 86, probably slightly too high. Provorov, 85. I mean, honestly, all these guys are kind of seeming a bit too high, if I'm being honest. And I'm not just saying Columbus. Across the board, I feel like all the kind of mid-level players have gone up 1 or 2 overall above, you know, what we're used to. And then the high-rated guys have stayed the same, which makes the high-rated guys not seem quite as good. Even Matthew Olivier there, 82. I don't know if I'd be giving him that. Miles Wood, of course, we know is super fast. 93 speed, but only 86 excel. I mean, he should definitely have really high excel too, like one of the fastest players in the league. Interesting how they're only boosting their speed, a lot of these guys. Obviously, I think Slavin made sense. Miles Wood, not so much. Mikko Rantanen, 9th year overall. Absolute stud. Haskin in there too. I'd give him highly potential. Robertson, 89 is not bad. Duchesne, 89. I'm a huge Matt Duchesne fan. I don't know. I always thought he was sick growing up. Matt Duchesne, 89 overall. I mean, he just had a point per game last year. I just think, you know, is he as good as Jason Robertson, who had an 80-point season, who has had, you know, 100-point season a couple years ago? I don't think so. He's also 34 years old, but that's fine. Harley there. Probably should have elite potential. He's honestly such a good defenseman. Let's see. Hintz, 87. Sagan, 86. Not bad. Johnston should definitely have elite potential. I'm not sure why they're holding him back. Let's see. The rest of these here don't look too bad. Detroit Red Wings, my team. So Raymond Larkin, actually, both same rating. Larkin, obviously known for that speed. A 90 could be a bit higher. Sider, 88 there. To Brinkett. Kane still an 86. Should have amazing hands. He's got 91 deking. Puck control is higher than deking. That is interesting. Defensively, they made him terrible, which is good. Probably could honestly lower his speed a bit too. Casper, there's elite potential now. I believe he was high top 6 before, so he had a pretty good season last year. Evanson, same thing. Appleton they brought in. Let's see. I mean, Comfort. I personally think Comfort's a better player, so I'd have him at least 83 if Kopp's 82. Let's see. JVR they brought in. Bernard Docker. Berggren, Hole. I mean, the rest of these I think aren't too bad. As I say that, though, Albert Johansson, definitely too low at 79. If Damon Severson's 87, I think Johansson should at least be like an 81, maybe 82. I think they're kind of disrespecting him there, even, you know, give him maybe high top 6T potential. McDavid, 97. Let's take a look here at those stats. So, 98 speed. I'm not sure why they're completely against getting him a 99. Same with offensive awareness, they're 98. Passing's 98. They don't want to give a single player a 99 stat for whatever reason. Shot there, wrist shot's really good. Defensively, probably slightly better than it should be when it's not, you know, crazy. Physically, obviously on the lower end. I think overall, pretty good stats for him. Draisaitl there, 96. One big change for Draisaitl. His speed's kind of nuts now, considering, you know, he's big, 6'2", 200 pounds. 92 speed, 93 excel. So anyone that plays hot, Draisaitl going to be an absolute beast. Bouchard, high top 4. That is a weird potential. Bouchard should definitely be elite. I mean, He set records last year for like defensive playoff scoring, so that's a weird one for sure. Nuge 86 seems a bit disrespectful. Jake Wallman, higher rated than Nuge. Kind of like Severson. Wallman 87, way too high. Nurse 85's probably like a 1 overall high. Manjapani there, 82 of course on the team now. Henrique I think is better than 81. Take a look, the rest of these guys. Savoy there, elite potential. I'd probably have him a high top 6 now, maybe even medium top 6. Been so long since his draft year. And it looks like Oscar Isaac hasn't been added to the team yet since he hasn't played an NHL game. I'm curious what his rating will be, probably like 79, medium top 6. Defending Stanley Cup champs here, so they got Barkov, Kachuk, Reinhardt. Hard to argue with, most of that. Forsling there, 89. Marchand, of course, what a beast in the playoffs. Bennett, 87. I'm glad they didn't kind of boost him too much after winning the Conn Smythe. Jones there got a big bump. Good playoff for Hague, Ekblad, Lundell. You got Mikkola behind him now in 84. I think he was, like low 80s before, so definitely a bit more respected. Overall, honestly, I think the Panthers here are pretty good, which makes sense. Like, Stanley Cup winning team, probably had the most eyes on them. The Kings here, so Kopitar, I think, has like the quick pick X Factor, the face-off one. Yeah, quick pick and quick draw, actually. But I want to look at Drew Doughty here. So I think Tugi pointed this out. We mentioned how I think they only looked at really speed and shot power for NHL Edge. Drew Doughty's only got 84 endurance. This dude, I'm not sure if it shows it in game. I don't see it, but last year he averaged 20. Oh, there it is. Yeah, 24 minutes of ice time. Almost 26 the year before that. 26 the year before that. Almost 26, 26, almost 26. Like, this is insane. This is like top 10 ice time in the league. 27, 28 minutes. That is time on ice per game. That is insane. Dude was averaging almost 30 minutes. I mean, that's a while ago now, but still, this dude plays a ton. To give him 84 endurance is crazy. Like, we're going to quickly skip here to a 4th liner on the LA Kings. Or maybe better would be like a bomb pairing defenseman. Give me Joel Edmondson here. He's got the same amount of endurance. 84. Look at his time on ice. 20 and then 17, 16, 19, 19. Yeah, they should not have the same endurance. But again, you'll find small stuff like that. Luckily, like I said, this year I think it's better. Still, though, some work to be done. Campe there looks good. Fiala should be a playmaker, even though he did have more goals last year. Byfield there. Deneau, I think, is fine. Clark, elite potential, 85 overall. I don't know if he's quite earned an 85 yet. That seems high for me. Let's see. Lafreniere there had a career year, 83 overall. I think's pretty actually fair for him. Kuzmenko, same thing. I do know Kuzmenko, one of the slowest players. I think he might have been the slowest player in the league last year, the year before. And they do have an 82 speed there, 84 excel, 85 agility. Actually reminds me, speaking of slow players, Matthew Tkachuk, one of the slowest in the league, 87 speed with 86 excel and agility. I feel like that might be a bit of a cover boy boost because he should not be that fast. I think he should be like 84s, 85. So again, we're probably doing a little bit of nitpicking there, but just some things to point out. CC82's fine, I guess. The rest of these guys, I think, too, look pretty good. Next up here, guys, you got the Minnesota Wild. Kaprizov, 94 overall. Had the wheels X Factor, quick release. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Elite Edges is still in the game. Cale Makar has it. If Cale Makar has it, I mean, no offense to him, Kaprizov should have it as well. He's got some of the best edges in the game. There's an open X Factor spot. He's a 94 overall. I think he could have a 3rd one. And after Kaprizov, guys, you got Matthew Boldy. I think very underrated player, 89 overall, though. So EA is giving him some respect for sure. He's now as good as Marchenko. Brodin, 88 is also pretty fair. I would say I'd probably have him as a defensive defenseman. He's got the wheels X Factor there, even though he's only got 86 speed. I do know he's one of like the best back skaters in the league, so that's kind of a weird one. As I'm pretty sure they got rid of the in-reverse X Factor. Faber there, 87's fine. Zuccarello, Eriksson Ek. Rossi, I probably wouldn't have elite potential. I think, medium top 6 or maybe high. Spurgeon, 85 seems a bit disrespectful. I think he should be 86 at least, maybe 87. Rest of this, Tarasenko, 83. I mean, pretty rough year, but he does have, obviously, a career to fall back on. Bouillon there, 80 overall, medium potential. I actually am fine with that. He's considered to be one of the best defensive prospects. Canadians up next. Suzuki, 90 overall now. I'm sure Habs fans will be happy. They have him as a playmaker. Could do that. I'd probably go for a 2-way forward, especially because, yeah, quick pick, no contest. Those are 2-way X factors. Caulfield there, 88. Hudson there, also 88 after his rookie season. Same rating as Dobson. That's kind of interesting. I think Dobson, too, should be offensive. Matheson there, Goalie. I do know Goalie's pretty quick. 87 speed. It's above average there, but probably could be faster. Line 85, I think, still too high. Slavkovsky. Demonov, high elite, I think, is a little bit crazy. I think at medium elite we find, especially 85 overall for his rookie season. This guy's going to win the Calder every single year in franchise sims. I mean, I think Demonov's going to be good. I think 85 right off the bat with high elite he'll be like a 90 by year's end, which is kind of stupid for franchise. Doc, Evans, Anderson, the rest of these, Newhook seems kind of low, but maybe he's fine. The rest of these I do think look pretty good. Actually, Jacka here, I think you make an enforcer instead of defensive defenseman. We don't have too many of those, so it'd be kind of, just a cool, unique player to have. Nashville up next, Yossi, still a 92. I saw some people online saying he should be lower rated, but like, he got injured last year. He still had, close to 40 points there in 53 games. Not that bad. Again, injured season, I think 92 is more than fair. Forsberg's pretty good. Shea, 87. That also kind of seems high. Same with kind of like the Severson rating. These are kind of like more, I don't know, mid top 4 guys. They should be like 85s, maybe 86s. Stammer, Marchessault, O'Reilly there. Haig, 84 also seems a touch high. Evangelista, 2-way forward. I would probably give him like a sniper or playmaker, more of an offensive player type. Let's see. Svechkov always ends up being a beast in franchise. 85 defense awareness, yeah. Ends up being like the best 3C. We'll see if that's still the case this year. The rest of these, Matthew Wood, good to see him. Devils up next, Jack Hughes, 93. I might get some hate for this. I feel like 93 for Jack Hughes is probably a touch high. I think I'd have him at 92, but then still have the high elite potential simply because he's only had, 70, 74, the one 99-point season. Obviously, he did have injuries, but for me, I just want to see him kind of prove it a bit more. Hischier, Hamilton, Siegenthaler, 87. Jeez, that one also seems tad high. Luke Hughes, 86. I think it's fine. Let's see. Kovacevic, 84th, medium 7th. Bit of a contradictory rating and potential there, but luckily he's above 26 years old, so it doesn't really matter. Nemet's there, still elites. Okay, so the rest of these look pretty good. Islanders here, top players, Bo Horvat. You got Adam Pelech there, Polak, both 87s. Barzal, 86. Jeez, I mean, he did have 20 points last year, but in 30 games, he was injured. Point per game the year before. Almost point per game. I don't know. 86 for Barzal based on some of these other ratings. Seems off. Slipikov, 84. This dude might be 4th line this year. I don't know about that one. Same as Lee, Romanov, Duran. Slipikov seems too high, and then Barzal seems too low. I think Barzal should be at least 87, if not 88. Slipikov should be like 82, I think. Would make more sense to me. Rest of these here, I don't think are too bad. Obviously, Schaefer not on the team yet. Panarin there's 92. Fox 90, honestly, is too low. He should be a 92. If not a 93, I think kind of underrated. Miller looks pretty good. Trocheck, let's see. Schneider there, 86. Frenier. Cooley, 85. Okay. Gavrikov, 85 overall. Is honestly not a defensive defenseman. Last year he had 30 points. He's more of a two-way guy, so they could change that. And definitely give him a bit better offensive stats. The shot's actually really good. Probably like, up his passing there to like 84, 85. Same with the puck control. I also don't think he's as slow as they were showing. Now, the rest of the players on the Rangers, Rempe, a grinder. If you're not going to give Matt Rempe enforcer, I don't know why the player type even exists. He's not a grinder. I feel like a grinder's a different kind of player. A grinder to me would be like a Brandon Tanev, for instance. Ottawa Center's up next. Stutzler there, 90 overall, high elite. Let's see, Kachuk, 89. I want to see the other cover boy. What are his stats looking like? Defensively, not too great, which I think is actually pretty accurate. 5-star physical. Those look pretty good. Sanderson there, 89 overall, so finally being respected there. Shabbat. I mean, the rest of these are pretty solid. Obviously, the big Cousins trade last year. Jensen, 83. Eller, Zetterlund, Pinto. I think Pinto should probably be higher rated than Eller, but not a big deal. Make him like 1 overall higher to 84. Jordan Spence they traded for. I really liked that. Now, this is probably the weirdest one I found yet, guys. Ridley Gregg has the Wheels X Factor at 83 speed. Doesn't make any sense. That's below average speed with Wheels. I don't know about that one. Also, too, I think Gregg's more of a playmaker than two-way guy. I could be wrong on that. I could be mixing him up with somebody, but I'm pretty positive. Philadelphia here to connecting 88. Same with Michkov. Michkov 88 after 1 year, 63 points. I mean, that's pretty good. I just think, I don't know, 88, same rating as Bedard. I'd probably have him make 87. It doesn't matter too much, but just, I don't know, contextually, he's got that one less year. Sandheim there's also an 88. Then I have Couturier, York. He just got paid. Tippett here's another guy who should be fast. 91 speed. Okay, so they do have his speed. Zegras on the team. Unfortunately, you no longer have that Michigan X Factor, but honestly, might be for the best. I think it was getting too easy to pull off when you could do it with one button. Plus, of course, that X Factor. Drysdale there, elite potential still. I think at 23 at this point, he should be like a medium top 4. And even like an 81 maybe. The rest of these, though, are, I think, fine. And now, guys, look at the Pittsburgh Penguins. Crosby there, 94 overall. Some people said that was a bit high. Definitely a bit of a legacy rating, but, I mean, honestly, if he had some help, I think he'd still be putting up great numbers. Like, last year was still over a point per game. 91, so well over a point per game. Like, the dude can't stop producing. You got the vets behind him, Malkin, Karlsson, Letang. Curious to see if, maybe Karlsson gets moved. I think Malkin, Letang, Crosby all want to retire as Penguins. Raquel, Rust also potentially could be getting traded. Connor Clifton's not an 82 defenseman. He was a cap dump. He's like an 80 max. Think like a Justin Hole. The rest of these are not too bad. Graves didn't have a great season. Rucker McGrory there, 78 high top 6. I think he should be a winger than a center probably as well. Celebrini here, also 88. Just like Michkov, just like Bedard. Interesting. So what did Celebrini have last year? 63 points. Bedard had 67. And then the year before that, he was close to 2 point per game his rookie year. I don't know. I feel like Bedard's kind of proven more. Let's see. I've seen some people say they like Celebrini more than Bedard. Definitely recency bias. I think him and Michkov both say 87 to be more fair. Highly potential for both. I also think is good. And honestly, too, Celebrini, you can make a two-way forward. I do see they have him at 89 awareness, which is nice to see. Also could give him no contest. He had, like, I think the most or, like, top 5 in puck retrievals for forwards. And as a rookie, it's super, super impressive. So they could add another X factor on him. You got Eklund there, 86. I don't know if he's quite earned that yet. 58, 45. I don't know. It seems a bit high. I'd probably have an 85 max. Orlov rating is fine. Smith, Ferraro, Wenberg. I mean, the rest of these do look pretty good. Klingberg only an 80. Honestly, I think he played decently last year. I'd probably have him like 81, maybe 82. The rest of these, though, I think are fine. Even Ryan Reeves is a grinder, not an enforcer. Yeah, they literally just don't want to use the player type, I guess. And now next year, guys, you got the Seattle Kraken. Montour and Dunst, the two defensemen there, leading the way for them. Jared McCann, I would have as a sniper. Beniers, Stevenson, Marchman, 85. Alexiak, 85. Seems kind of high for just like a physical defenseman. I think you could make him like an 83, drop him by a couple. Even Schwartz, 84. He's also not really a sniper, more of a two-way guy. Let's see. I mean, Kako, 83. Better rating than he had last year. The rest of these for the Kraken, I think, are decent. St. Louis Blues up next. Robert Thomas here, 89 overall. Definitely should be a playmaker, one of the best playmakers in the league. That's why he's got 94 passing. He's also solid defensively. I've said this before. He's not the quickest guy, though. He told me personally, how he's one of these slower players on his team. I think tape to tape's good. Ankle breakers, fine, I guess. But yeah, I'd probably have him a bit slower and the playmaker player type. Also, you could probably make him a 90. Kyrie there, 88. Parayko, 88. So I don't know, him, Sanheim, both getting boosts after making the Four Nations team. I'm not sure if that's just how it went down. Holloway here is also pretty quick. 88 speed's okay. Falk, Shen, Buchnevich down to 85 after a bit of a down year. Fowler there's ratings fine. Neighbors finally doesn't have low top 6. Broberg there got a bit of a boost as well. Looking at the rest of these guys here, I think the ratings there look pretty decent. Logan Mayu, I know a lot of people hate him, but probably should have medium top 4 potential. And now next up here, guys, you got the Tampa Bay Lightning. Kucherov there, another player, tied at 96 overall. One behind McDavid, obviously. Nasty, nasty playmaker. 98 passing, ties him with McDavid. Yeah, he'll be an absolute beast. Braden Point there, playmaker. I think he should probably be a sniper. He's got 42 goals. Last year, 46, 51. That looks more like a sniper to me. Obviously, very, very fast. 94 speed excel, so they got him right. Victor Hedman there, 92. Should be offensive defenseman. As his game isn't quite as well-rounded anymore, more of an offensive guy like last year, 66 points. And he's no longer as good in his own end, probably could be like a 90. Hagel there's a 90. I mean, yeah, another really underrated player. Think like a Matthew Boldy. Gensel, Sorelli there, of course. Very solid two-way guy. Nick Paul, 85, seems high. Personally, Chernik McDonough is fine. Radish, 84, also seems a bit high to me. Yanni Gord, Geeky there. I think the rest of these, though, aren't too bad. Jacob Pelche could probably be like a 79. And then next up here, guys, you got the Toronto Maple Leafs. Starting off, we have Austin Matthews, 94 overall. Nylander there, 92. Tavares, 88. I think, honestly, all three of those are pretty good. I'm sure some of these fans would say Matthews should be a 95, but obviously, for him, a bit of a down year. 94. Look at the other player ratings. I think it's pretty fair. You got Riley there, Nyes, 87 overall. Now, huge boost for him. Defenseman there, Nicholas Wasson, 84. I don't know, Ekman Larson, 84. Some of these seem a tad high, but again, it really seems like across the board, everyone's kind of gotten boosted. Let's see, the rest of these here, for the most part, don't look too bad. Bob McCann should be a winger. Everything else looks decent. And next year, guys, we got the Utah Mammoth. Clayton Keller starting us off, 90 overall. Sergachev there. Logan Goalie now an 88. 65 points last year, 44 the year before. And they made him 88 overall. So see, this is what I mean. 65 and 75. The year before he had 44. So over the last 2 years, he's got 109 points. Matt Barzal's got 100 points in the last 2 seasons in like 40 less games played, and they dropped him down to 86. So I would really just like a lot more consistency across the ratings. I'm not really seeing that, especially like Cooley's got that potential. He's going to grow a ton. Gunther, Paterka, yeah, I think like Cooley 87, Gunther 86 would make more sense. Paterka, I think that's a pretty good one. Schmaltz, Thursey, see the rest of these guys. Schmidt, of course, they brought over. You got Kraus there. So here's one actually I was talking about too, speeds. He had, I think, top 10 speed a couple years ago. I'm down to an 83. I don't care if it was only one time and a couple years ago. You're not getting a top 10 registered speed in the league if you have below average speed, which is what, EA is showing here. So, again, definitely something that needs to be fixed. Brandon Tam's the same thing. So he was the guy I was talking about. Actually had a higher registered speed than Martin Necas. They got him here at 84 with 83 Excel. Again, doesn't make a ton of sense. Like Necas had a 95. I know, more recently, but and I know he had a top speed more recently, but like that there just doesn't make sense. And again, shows me, they're just using limited NHL Edge data, opposed to kind of everything available to them. Canucks here, Vancouver. You got Quinn Hughes at 95. I think I mentioned for both him and McCarr in my predictions video, I'd have them at 96s. Pettersson 87 seems a bit harsh. 45 points last year. This is a glitch that made me do a double take. I was like, wait a minute. Pettersson was in the AHL for 38 games. I don't remember that happening. I looked it up. I was like, yeah, no, he did not play in the AHL last year. I don't know where that glitch came from, but the year before, 89 points. Obviously, like last year wasn't even that bad. And the year before that, over point per game. The year before that one, 102. So 102, 89, 45. And they say Logan Cooley's better than him. I just don't know if I buy it, right? Like, I don't know. Very recency bias. I would still have Pettersson at least an 88, even if you want to rely more heavily on the last season. Besser, Garland, Hronik, 86s. Garland probably be like 85, I think. Pettersson's rating's good. DeBrusk, I guess, is fine. Kane's probably a tad high. Should be like 83. Hiddle also, I think, is high. Should be like 83. Doesn't really produce enough to me to warrant that rating or good enough defensively. The rest of these, though, look pretty decent. I think Ratu as well could probably be like medium top 6 at this point. I think he's got some potential there. Vegas Golden Knights, Jack Eichel, 94 overall. So he's actually tied there with Matthews. Marner's a 92. Looking at him on Vegas, interesting. Stone, let's see, is his defensive rating. 92, so that's good. He's a slower guy. They have him at 85 speed. Hanifin, 89. So this is actually an interesting one. When I first saw this, I don't quite understand it. I mean, maybe I'm being a hater. I think Shea Theodore's better. Obviously, he's better offensively, but I would take him. You got Sider on the Red Wings, 88. I think Sider's better than Hanifin. Bouchard even here is an 88. And again, I mentioned like he set records in the playoffs. So I'm not sure how Noah Hanifin got 89 there, but I think that's definitely too high for him. Maybe they felt bad Vegas losing Pietrangelo, who I'm guessing will be LTIR'd. Barbashev, Hurdle, Dora 5, 86. That's kind of crazy. 35 goals, 17 assists. 52 points gets you an 86. Same rating as Matt Barzal and everything he's accomplished. Again, guys, I'm kind of sounding like a broken record, but still a lot of these don't quite add up to me. And there you go. Pietrangelo did get put on LTIR. Kind of funny. Still gave him a few X factors, though. Capitals up next. Ovi there. The new goal scoring leader in the NHL. 90 overall. Kind of like Crosby. This is definitely a legacy rating. I would probably say even more so. Ovi's kind of one-trick pony. Just the shot. For him to still be a 90. I don't know. Dylan Strome, 89. He had a really good season last year. He's a point per game. Really good season. Like, I mean, that's still a career year for him. 89 overall. 2 overall better than Elias Pettersson, who's 1 year removed from point per game, where Strome had 67, and then the year before that, Pettersson had over 100. Again, I don't know. I think that's a bit too high. John Carlson, 88, I think's okay. Protas, 87. I want to say it's a tad high, but then looking at everything else, Chikrin's fine. Fairbury there, I think, is also fine. He's another guy that's actually reached some pretty high top speeds. 85 speed in Excel. So another one that they didn't quite hit on. Connor McMichael, 86. He did have 55 points last year. So 50 points gets you to 86. Tom Wilson, Pierre-Luc Dubois. He also had 66 points last year. Honestly, I didn't even realize that. Quietly producing down in Washington. And honestly, their entire team had a career year, so I guess it makes sense. Let's see the rest of these guys. Ryan Leonard, medium elite. I don't know. He's a tough one. Like, you could have him high top 6. You could have medium elite. I think medium elite is fine just with kind of everything he's accomplished since being drafted. Finally, Winnipeg Jets. Connor, Scheifele, Morrissey. Those all look good. Pionk, Velarde. I think Velarde could be like a high top 6. Lowry should be really good defensively. 89 is not bad. I'm curious to see actually Jonathan Toews, what they give him. 81 overall. He's been out of the league for a couple years. 81 seems disrespectful for Toews. Also, 89 offensive awareness and 83 D awareness for Jonathan Toews. I feel like those could be switched if anything, especially since I feel like missing more hockey. I feel like defensively he probably still has his game, but offensively it won't be clicking as much. I don't really like what they did there with his player, especially as a two-way forward. Doesn't make a ton of sense to me, but there's the rest of the Jets guy. And next year, guys, we'll take a quick look at the goaltenders. So you got Dostal, Mrazek, Husso. Still not really sure why the Ducks added Husso as well. Swayman down to 85. Wow, so yeah, they're really just basing on last year, nothing else, because Swayman's much better than that. Wolfson 87. I mean, yeah, 1 year, got him to that. Anderson, Kochakov, Blackhawks here. Knights 83, elite potential still. I think he should be a low elite. Blackwood 86. I mean, really good year last year with the Avs. Lincoln's 82, Greaves 82. He had a really good 11 games, 938 save percentage, 191 goals against, but I don't know. He's a career AHL guy, 82 out of nowhere, seems high. 190, I think I'm probably fine with. Talbot there above Gibson is kind of dumb. They wouldn't have made that trade for Gibson if they were just going to have Talbot start anyway, so logic needs to be, taken into consideration there. At least have them tied or swap it. Oilers, Skinner 84, probably a tad high. Bobrovsky's a 90. That might be high, but he's won back-to-back cups, so it's hard to argue. Kemper 87, a really good year. Gustin 89. Let's see. Montembeault 85, I think's good. Nashville, Saros there 88. Okay. Markstrom, yeah, that's fine. Sorokin 91. Could honestly maybe even make him a 92. I think he's that good. Shesterkin 92. Didn't have the greatest year last year, neither did the Rangers. Ullmark 87. Again, could probably be like 88. Vladosh, Urson, both 82. So kind of like Columbus. I think they're scared to make these guys the real ratings because they should probably... Well, actually, not Vladosh. Urson should be like a 80 max. Yeah, Shilaw's 82. Has a dude even played in the NHL? 10 games last year, 861, and he's gotten 82 overall, same as Jari. I think they just made 82 like the default bad goalie rating. Actually, Neloja got an 80, so I don't know who you pissed off at EA. Askarov 82. Maybe they just got lazy on some of these. I don't know, but... I don't quite agree with them. St. Louis, Binnington 86, Hofer 82, okay. Vasilevsky 93, I think is good. Should have quite good poise, 91. Obviously, one better playoff goalies. Toronto Maple Leafs, Wool, Stollers, both same rating. Stollers had much better numbers last year, 925 compared to 908. So I don't really know how they're the same. Vemelka 85, seems a bit high. Demko 88 is fine. Vegas here, Hill 84. Washington, Logan Thompson 86, obviously really good year. And then Connor Hellebuyck's the highest rated goalie in the game, 94 overall. I mentioned in my rating predictions video, I would have actually had him at 95. I feel like back-to-back Vezinas plus a Hart Trophy kind of warrants it. And now quickly here, guys, going to show you all the top-rated players in the AHL. Just sorted it by potential, so you can see some of the top prospects, what their potential is on the AHL teams. I will say, going through here, I did notice one thing that really annoyed me. So once we get to the team, I will point it out to you guys. As kind of like I was saying before, there's just some things that don't quite add up. And of course, it's with my team, Grand Rapids Griffins, Detroit Red Wings AHL team. So Danielson there, 75, medium top 6. I feel like he should definitely be a high top 6 with a top 10 pick. But that's actually not what I want to show you guys. Looking at goalies here, Sebastian Cossa, 74 overall, low elite potential. Low elite's a bit of a slap in the face for a first-round pick. Goalie, I know it was, 4 years ago, but still, they don't happen too often. Also, they gave Jack Campbell a higher rating, even though Sebastian Cossa was a starter last year. He started in 41 games for the Griffins, had a 911 save percentage. You look at Jack Campbell here, he only started in 14, so immediately, Cossa should be the higher rated player, as he was the starting goalie. And now remember that, so 41 AHL games, 911 save percentage. I want to show you guys another goalie who was drafted a couple picks after him. That, of course, Jesper Wallstedt, backing up Gustafsson in the NHL. Let's take a look at his AHL stats. Last year, he had 27 games played, so he had 14 less games played and an 879 save percentage, so much worse save percentage, and they gave him an 82 medium elite. 8 overall better with elite potential, even though he had less games and a worse save percentage in the AHL. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm honestly... I'm sure there'll be some dummy in the comments who says I'm playing favorites when literally it's just looking at the stats and asking, where is the logic here? Because that is what I'm doing. Again, guys, just showing you the top AHL players here. Yurchenko still down there. Jarechek still has that elite potential. Ryan Backer there, same thing. Luchenko, of course. Brad Lambert's a low elite. Kamel, medium elite. Oh my gosh. They don't touch anything outside NHL because Kamel has been elite since he got drafted. 2022. was a late first. Didn't really make sense to keep him elite potential. He's still in the AHL. He hasn't proven anything. I don't know why they refuse to change these guys. I think it takes forever. I'm trying to think of that one Finnish dude on Winnipeg. I don't know. He was also elite potential for way too long, and they finally changed him like a couple years ago. But it takes them way longer than it should. The rest of these guys here, I don't think there's any like too crazy of prospects that we're missing, but figured I'd show you guys all the top ones. And next year, guys, this isn't ratings, but I want to show you some of the new ECHL logos in game. So right here, you have the Bloomington Bison. I thought that honestly was pretty cool. You've also got the Greensboro Gargoyles. That one there looks pretty sick, to be honest. ECHL, they just kind of do whatever, and I love it. And now, just like in the AHL, guys, I'm going to go through the CHL here, show you all the top prospects. So you got Jackson Jacobson starting. And you'll see here, Jordan Gavin went undrafted. He got actually downgraded. I think he was a medium top 9, now AHL. So that makes sense. Yakimchuk there, elite potential. Two-way defenseman should be, I feel like it should be offensive. After that there, you got Edmonton and Joey Kinla, low top 6. This one doesn't make sense to me. I think he could be like a late first. He should be at least medium. Plus, with the name, like, people want to, draft him. Landon DuPont, 71, now has a headshot. Medium franchise potential. He's going to be an absolute beast. Carter Bear there, of course, Ravens just took medium top 6. Kamloops here, medium top 4. Tija Ginla is elite, of course. You got Jaeger there. Medicine Hat Tigers, obviously we got to point out the fact Gavin McKenna is not in the game at launch. So that means that, you got to download a custom roster with him. Me, Vasi, Tugi, definitely be working on one for you guys, but it still sucks. The projected first overall pick who was in the game has since been removed. You got Moose Jaw there, Lakovic. Let's see. Oh, this is another new team as well. Penticton V's, kind of a cool name, very Maple Leafs vibes, which is a little bit weird for the WHL, but whatever. Looking through here, guys, at the rest of the players. Riley Heidt, of course, is solid. Regina Pats there. I'm trying to see. I don't know if there's any other elites. Braden Coote, 15th overall by the Canucks. Elite potential for a 15th overall is a bit of a stretch. Of course, there was a guy drafted by the Canucks. Mirka was the same draft. He went 9, and he's medium top 4. So, I'm not saying there's favorites being played by the ratings guy, but I don't know. Mathis Preston there's going to be a top 10 pick this year. Catton's elite potential as well. Crystal, obviously a beast. Kosick there. Let's see. Tri-City. Charlie Elick, that looks like a good potential. McCamey there should be a pretty decent player. He could probably be higher rated than a 58. On Prince George here, they got Ravensburg at a medium elite potential. He was a late first round pick, so honestly, that's probably fine. And next year, guys, we got the OHL. Obviously, some of these guys have graduated, but they're still going to be on their team until they play for the AHL one. Brampton here, of course, no Porter Martone, no Ivan Kovic in net. It really sucks. These guys, making that move to college, and then, of course, we just lose them in game. Schaefer, 80 overall elite potential at 18 years old as a rookie. Again, most likely starting with the Islanders, so that's what his rating potential are going to be. You got Flint there, Guelph, Kingston here. Kitchener, I think, had some players. London, of course, always stacked. Dickinson, elite potential. Does make a ton of sense. Easton Cowan. Somebody hates the Leafs. I don't know, low top 6 is a bit rough. This guy has done a lot in the OHL. He should be a medium top 6, I think, especially as a later first round pick. You got Niagara up next. Rubric going to be, top 5 pick, so 71 medium elite makes a ton of sense for him. Let's see. Oshawa, Seneca, high top 6. Richie there, higher rated. Colby Barlow is not a center. He's a left wing. So this is just another example of something that I pointed out to them, and it's been wrong for a couple years now. Has not been fixed. Ottawa there. Owen Sound. Peterborough. Saginaw. Misa. 77 medium elite. If he does make the Sharks, which maybe he could. I don't know. Diorio low top 6. Should be a first round pick this year. Same with Beckham Edwards. Both those guys are too low potential. They should both be medium top 6. I also think Diorio is better. Maybe I'm wrong. Sorry, you guys. Let me know. Sue here, Brady Martin, medium top 6. After being 5th overall pick's kind of nuts. So that's kind of like Seneca. I would give him at least high top 6. Like for Nashville, kind of sucks in game if they're top 5. So only a medium top 6. Quentin Musty there, elite potential. Seems very high for a late first rounder, still in junior. Spitfires up here. Belchets should be, top 10-ish pick. Green Cheese, definitely more of a sniper. Protest there is done enough. I think could be a medium top 6 now. And this is kind of funny on the Spitfires, guys. Jack Nesbitt here has medium top 9 potential after getting drafted 12th overall by the Flyers. I'm pretty sure last year he was a medium top 6, and he went above where he's projected to be drafted and somehow dropped in potential. So, again, I don't know. Some of these just make me scratch my head. And finally here, guys, moving on to the queue. So looking through here, I don't think the queue, no offense, has as good a prospect. So try and be a little bit quicker just moving through. Taking a look at some of those. Ethan Gauthier, only a medium top 9. Interesting. Taking a look. Moncton Denoye, medium elite, so that's good to see. And he's 4th overall, so yeah. He better be. New team as well, Newfoundland Regiment. Cool to see them now in the game. Rimouski there. Actually, speaking of Rimouski, I gotta show you guys this. Goaltending. William Lassell, AHL starter. So he actually had like a really good regular season last year as a rookie in the queue. Playoffs wasn't that great. This guy's almost for sure gonna get drafted. AHL starter. There's so few real goalies in franchise. Most of them are like, you know, the blank face, which of course is still in the game. I feel like it's better to overrated prospect, but they do all the time. You look at Jordan Gavin, or I remember Trevor Wong of the Kelowna Rockets had elite potential, didn't even get drafted. And, you know, it happens all the time. When there's a guy that's actually projected to be pretty good, maybe, you know, give him a decent rating. But what do I know? Just going through the rest of the Q teams here. And finally here, guys, showing you some of the top prospects in Europe. Anton Frondel, they have as a left winger. The dude went 3rd overall. He's a centerman. He got drafted because he's a really good two-way center. And they can't get his position right. Like, that is just so disappointing. And I'm sure you guys know, too, there's been, like, no news about franchise this year. The fact that they can't even get some simple stuff like that right is definitely disappointing. Eglin there, 69 medium elite. He went 16th overall. Just still have elite potential, I think, is a bit much. Now, Ivor Stenberg here is supposed to be a, you know, top 5 pick this year. He's elite potential, which is good to see. Sandine Pellikka here, elite potential, so at least they got that right for the Red Wings. And finally here, guys, taking a look at free agents. As you can see, we got Roslovic, Grzelcyk leading the way. I think they're too high rated, though. If they were 83s, I'm sure they would have been signed at this point. Like, they should both be 82 max. Fabry, Samson, the rest of these guys should be like an 80, not 81. Johnson, Pacioretty. That way, like, if they're an 80, then maybe they can squeak in a certain team, but they might even just be like a healthy scratch. Once you're an 81, you're kind of like guaranteed to be, you know, high rated than some guys. So I think kind of all the free agents are probably 1 overall too high. If they were all lowered by 1, they'd be a lot better. Also, too, a little bit of an Easter egg I found for you guys. On top prospects red here, you actually have James Hagens. They got him as a two-way forward. Interesting, definitely, I think, more of a playmaker. But if you want to, you can copy his stats and actually have him in-game for yourself on the Boston Bruins. Speaking of, stay tuned, guys. Tomorrow, Boston Bruins going to have a franchise mode for you. But that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave that thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts on the ratings in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.